Anyway, he dropped by to ask if they spy. On Thursday, useful idiot Edward Snowden made an unexpected appearance at Vladimir Putin's annual call-in meeting with the nation. And so I wonder if the traitorous swine asked if Russia intercepts, stores, or analyzes in any way the communications of millions of individuals.
Does Russia intercept, store, or analyze in any way the communications of millions of individuals?
Always with the surveillance stuff. He really has a one-track mind. Here's how Putin responded.
Образом в этой же среде, используя современные способы и средства реагировать и бороться с преступлениями, в том числе и террористического характера. И, конечно, мы это тоже делаем. Но такого массового масштаба.
Case closed. It's hard to argue with that. We don't have a translator because we don't have a budget. Meanwhile, what's our commander-in-chief up to? Delightful. Anyway, back in Russia, one citizen used the Q&A with Putin to pass along some important information.
And how do you take off this shot usually? You know, you've probably been doing it on. Like, let's say you do it like that. You see, it's so many stakes to take off the shot. Or some people do it like this. From the bottom, go up, you know. But right here is the fastest way if you wanna impress your lady, you know, like come home and take off the shot the super fast way. Here it is, and with one hand too, not using even one hand. You just stand like this, you grab it here and boom. That easy. That's how you're supposed to take off shot. That fast.
If they have a Russian red eye, he better be hosting it. Gavin, you have to admit, first let's tackle the important stuff. That is a better way to take off your shirt. You were looking at him.
Better, yeah.
You were looking at him and going, what's wrong with this guy? And then you came away, your mind has been changed.
Well, you could have Velcro tabs on the front of your t-shirt and just rip it forward.
That's true.
But that takes hours.
It does take hours.
Armpit grab saves over 1 second a year.
Yes.
And over the course of 9,000 years,
yes,
you saved almost 1 minute.
It's so true. Anyway, enough about that. Putin told Snowden not to worry, that they don't have any interception or a mass system for surveillance. Is it possible that he could be lying?
Well, it's funny that you start out with Putin told Snowden.
Yeah.
That is what happened here.
Yeah.
Did you hear the way he recited it too? He said, Putin, is there things going on that involve the surveillance of different people listening at certain times? And then he goes, yes, thank you so much for asking that. That was a crazy question. I didn't know where that was coming from. But coincidentally, I have an answer. And it was like when you see, remember when Kim Jong-il died and they would cry on the cement and you watch them going, how are those actual tears hitting the cement? These people, these dictators are so devoid of the free market checks and balances that they end up confirming exactly what they're trying to disprove.
Right, exactly.
Which is
coercion.
I am answering questions that I wrote for myself.
Yes.
And I look like a total right now.
Well, you almost made it through without an edit. Dagan, at this point, isn't Putin using Snowden to troll Obama? This is all just for his amusement.
Oh, absolutely. I've got the Putin translation. Does the bear in the woods? Whenever Snowden, so you got 2 edits now. Whenever Snowden, he's in exile in Russia, did he somehow confuse like the Kremlin with Cinderella's castle, and he thinks that he's in like the Magic Kingdom? Because again, they want his secrets, and that's the big question, whether they're safe or not on his computers.
He's like Little Red Riding Hood quizzing the wolf and going, okay, nothing to see here, everything's good. He never thought of doing that with our government. Joanne, do you think he's working for Russia? And please speculate wildly.
Ooh. Okay, so after wild speculation,
yes,
I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah.
Because of all the people to ask him questions, the they've got a camera right on him, and like he knows exactly what he's going to say, and he's right there. So that's definitely he's Putin's puppet.
Yes.
Basically, which would also be the great name for a Russian Cinemax show.
Yeah, that's true.
Putin's puppet. But we know that this isn't true because at that G20 summit, they bugged all the goodie bags.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's like the worst thing you can do. Mass surveillance in goodie bags?
Yes.
You'll never trust again.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't he also say, Snowden, you are a spy, I am spy. We're speaking the same language of the communication that is going on at this time.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
It's a language of love between them.
It is. Andy, go ahead and defend your hero, Snowden.
It's
a little late, isn't it?
I'm a little confused here, Greg. Of course the Russian government surveils its citizens. It's called keeping them safe. We live in a dangerous world, Greg. There are a lot of threats facing Russia. I am all for President Putin and the Russian government doing everything they can to make sure their citizens are protected from those threats. If that means the government is reading their emails and texts, tracking their online browsing, keeping a record of their phone calls, Greg, it's a small price to pay. Plus, I already assumed the Putin government was doing this. You're so naive.
Apparently, if they're spying on you, they will break into your apartment and they'll leave behind something that says to you that they were there.
Yeah.
And apparently, one of the items is a sex manual on the bedside table, according to The Guardian. So I'm like leaving my doors open if I'm in Russia. My windows are open. It's like, baby, come on in.
See, when I break in, I just leave a dirty protest. Like sometimes I get a little nervous, and I something.
What's a dirty protest?
Nothing, Gavin. What do you make of the selfies? What do you think of president and vice president?
What's with their teeth? I was shocked by their teeth. They look like chiclets who've been eaten by a horse.
They're amazing, though.
What is going on with those?
Is that a doctored photograph?
I need to give them some lessons on this selfie. That's still a little too close.
Yeah, it is.
You need it a little farther away and up more.
Yeah. There you go.
shouldn't judge a horse by how many
men
chiclets he's eaten.
men actually want the things closest to the camera to appear larger than they do in real life.
Yeah, that's what we learned that from Wiener.
I hope that they get so self-obsessed with taking photographs that they end up doing something stupid to their faces, like Schmecretary of Schmate Schmon Schmeary has, clearly. Come on, he's had some work.
He looks beautiful, though, I think. Andy, you're pursing your lips.
Men shouldn't take selfies.
Well, no, that's true.
That's end of story.
Totally agree.
Yeah, they do look like girlfriends in that photo.
Yeah, you can't look like a man while you're taking a selfie. You look like a giddy schoolgirl,
Well, what
which
you're
is a turn
saying
on.
is
Absolutely
you're saying I'm attractive, and God provided men with scrotums, which was God's way of saying you're not attractive.
That's so true. You cannot be sexy with that strange appendage.
That was like a little ticket going by the by.
Yeah,
Don't ever think that you're remotely appealing.
It's a mushroom cap stapled to a
It's
piece
an
of beef
underwater,
jerky.
upside down alien head.
All right.
Well, you should never take scrotos. That's definitely true.
That's going to be the new trend, Scrotos.
There's me at the Eiffel Tower.
Scrotos. That sounds like a really delicious cereal.
It is delicious, but it is not appealing.
I like when my scrotos get soggy.
Have you ever had frozen scrotos?
Oh my goodness! Stop. Very tart.
Yeah.
Frozen Scroto is amazing. I actually worked there in my summer as a summer job. All right, stop the Scroto jokes. On to more important matters that are less exciting.